I'm Scott from LJ's Kitchens, and we're here today to talk about maybe some either misconceptions or questions people might have about certain parts of the designing and remodeling of a particular space. One of the things that we find is most helpful for us from the design end of things is if we have a customer's budget in mind. There are so many different quality levels and price ranges of products that without having an initial budget to work from, we may be either over-designing the space or under-designing the space just based on what the customer was looking to spend. Here at LJ's Kitchens, we have spent a great deal of time picking and choosing the brands of product that we choose to offer to our clients. And one of the reasons that we have spent so much time in that is so we can give you the quality that you deserve at a price that you can afford to pay. Using your budget number doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to spend every penny of it. We're just trying to tailor fit what we will suggest to you so that you can have everything that you were hoping for in the budget that you've given us to work with. When considering your remodel project, we do have to take into account the amount of time that it takes to get the products here, as well as how long it takes to install those items and possibly get like a countertop installed after it's been templated to complete the project. Right now, the lead times on most products are extended a little bit just because of the circumstances that we're all living in today. But we kind of have a pretty good idea from the time that we order products as to how long it's going to take. So we can plan that in. That's pretty critical information to know because we typically then wouldn't suggest that we start tearing things out and getting ready for the remodel until we know product's going to be here on hand. So we can kind of limit the tear up time that you have involved in this project. So unfortunately, when we get into a remodel project, depending on how extensive it really is, will certainly dictate how big of a mess that there is. Obviously, most contractors are trying to maintain as little mess as possible, but depending on how structural the modifications get, we may see a larger destruction of space than other methods. So, you know, everyone's mindful of the mess that's being made. We certainly try and keep up with it, but there's, you know, unfortunately there is a mess to be made before we can, you know, tidy it up and make it new and fresh. One thing that we've found while we're waiting on your premium countertop to come in that we've tried to do just to make this a little bit more seamless for you is sometimes we can set up a temporary countertop and sink in that time frame while we're waiting for that new countertop to show up. At that point, all we have to do is just disconnect the sink, pull the countertop out, and make room for that new top to come in. So yeah, you'll still be torn up a bit, but we can try and make it at least function, you know, the best that we can during that time period. I hope this helps in answering some of the typical questions one would have about remodeling a given space. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to call any of our designers here at LJ's Kitchens.